After Wasilla, it was definitely time to get funky with Barack Obama in Anchorage, Alaska. I have to say it felt good to finally come back to some fellow brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters that were equally frightened, scared, and horrified at the prospect of Sarah Palin and McCain in the White House.
That week she was announced as the VP candidate. I knew I was moving to Wasilla at the time, and I felt like I might have been going into unfamiliar territory being an Obama supporter, not knowing.
So a lot of us don't like to say we're from Wasilla because it's kind of an ugly place, and I would imagine that a lot of people that are concerned about her qualifications aren't going to say much in Wasilla because she's a homegrown gal that, you know, they're going to support her for that reason. I think there's a lot of other folks that look at it and say, you know, from a big picture perspective, her experience is just not there.
She started out with being open and transparent, and now we've got Troopergate, and oh my God, they're just trying to sweep that under the rug.
I think she kept a lot of who she is very guarded. And it wasn't until we started seeing clips on YouTube and getting more into this Troopergate scandal, we're really learning a lot more about both her management and leadership style, her politics. We were as blinded as the rest of America, and now we're starting to see what lies beneath the skin.
America, pay attention. This is what you're going to get if you take on those idiots. Okay, so we're going for sensible, rational. Get this country back on track, for God's sakes.
I like that she's a woman in politics. I think that's really cool, but overall I don't think she's cut out. I think there's a lot of corruption going on. I don't think she's being honest with us Alaskans, and that's what we really need right now.
I don't think she's thought about issues outside of Alaska ever in her life.
She gives a poor representation in the rest of America. You know, she's the ambassador for Alaska for the rest of America right now. And she makes us all look dumb when she can't talk about what's going on in the rest of the world, when she can't name the Supreme Court, even though she was involved in Supreme Court cases as of 3 months ago. She can't name magazines that she reads, the Mat-Su Valley Frontiersman, her hometown. It's just, you know, it's embarrassing. She's a poor representation, and the rest of America thinks about gun folk up here in Alaska as being hurt, and I would suspect that she doesn't know anything about guns or anything about gun struggles. She's just a poster child for it because she looks good shooting an M16 in Kuwait.
Palin has been kind of a governor in absentia. I mean, she has other people, she delegates other people, and the people that she doesn't like are ushered out the door just as quickly as possible, regardless of whether their views are good or not, and whether or not the people support them. So, no, she is very partisan, and she's very abusive. I truly think abusive of her powers.
So she makes the perfect Republican.
Oh, God. I'm afraid so.
She doesn't seem to be very thoughtful. So, and she doesn't seem to get good advisors around her, and that's very worrisome if somebody doesn't have natural ability themselves.
So she makes the perfect Republican.
Well, no, I can't say that. I know some smart Republicans, but she's not one of them.
Her message isn't very deep. It's more, it's maybe a broad message, but not a deep message.
But I don't think she deserves to be in Washington, D.C., and, you know, a lot of Palin power surrounds the Valley, but you just look past it and come to events like this today where you can support your real candidate.
We certainly need a change, and we need a change towards, well, I like the idea of the hope and the community leadership that Obama provides.
He's going against the war, he's providing education, and he's going to change people's lives.
You've just torpedoed us with that $700 million bailout. I cannot even see the bottom. It's going to be awful, but we're going to have to pull together, and Obama can do
it. This campaign is bringing hope and change.
But there's war and recession and bad mortgage loans, and our legacy needs saving. So forget he's a jackass who's liberally prone. Oh, it's time for some campaigning. Forgot the rest.
Skip to that part.
Gather old party friends, time to say au revoir. We failed to extinguish Barack's rising star. We were so close, my darling, alas, no cigar. And now